Hey, what's up? Welcome back. So I've been window shopping for cameras to replace my Canon M50 because I sold it. After I made that video, which I published a couple of days ago, I sold that camera and I've been looking for another replacement. This one is very close to get to what I need. Very close, but with few things that I fell short about this camera. So let's just go straight out to it. What I think about this camera is kind of good. It does 4K. It also have a heavy crop, just the same as the M50, but at least the 4K on this camera is usable compared to the 4K on the other cameras, which is the M50. The 4K on M50 is unusable. It's the worst camera ever. 1080p. I'm now testing the 1080p because I tried using the 4K on this one. Apparently there is not apparently, I used the 4K resolution on this one. There is a problem with autofocus, and then I'm now recording with 1080p. It looks like with 1080p I might get a good one, so I'm going to see this footage after recording this, because recording on 1080p apparently you have a better autofocus. So I mean, even if I do the manual focus, I'm still going to have problem with focusing. That's the problem with that. I like it because it has very good battery life compared to the M50, because just using this one, I felt it has better battery life compared to the Canon M50. While testing this G100, I also have the Sony ZV-1 with me. I think when it comes to image quality, when it comes to autofocus, this one does a very good job, to be honest. And if you're asking yourself what camera you need for a vlog, what vlog camera you need, with no question asked, this one is the camera to go for, hands down. However, if you want to get look a little bit professional with interchangeable lenses, this is where it's come a little bit complicated, because with this camera could have been the solution to that, only if they have solved the problem with autofocus. And also another problem with this camera is that you only have 10 minutes of recording in 4K and you only have 30-minute recording on 1080p. I do a lot of DIYs. DIYs goes up to 2 hours, more than that, and I don't have time to always stand up and go, oh, check, is the camera recording? I don't have that time. And another thing that I just learned while looking which camera to get, there is this thing, I mean, there is a lot in photography, but there is one thing that I just picked up. It's called image body stabilization. And I could get a lens that has a image stabilization, but apparently the in-body image stabilization is way better, because that actually the stabilization is done within the body rather than the lens. Because if the lens does the job, and then what happened between the lens and the camera, you see that gap, because when you put the lens doesn't stick into the body of the camera. It doesn't stick to that, right? So what happened in the space that you have between the lens and the camera. So that's also something that I've been looking at, and I might just close my eyes and invest into a better camera that will do. I don't want to spend too much on the camera, but I want to get something that is really within my budget. So I just have to compromise a little bit, get something within my budget and get a better camera. And I'm already thinking about the Fuji X, they call it Fuji SX10. I might get that one. It looks really good, so I'm going to check it tomorrow. I'm going to check that one tomorrow. It might also be taking the Macro Four Third lenses. I'm not too sure, but I will check that one. Either way, I might just get a better. Either way, I just have to buy another lens as well. The reason I want something with interchangeable lenses is because I'll be doing some track. When I go to track, and I might want to get a tele a telephoto lens. I might need a telephoto lens, and if I don't have a telephoto lens, it's gonna be a limitation for me, because when you are on track, the car might be far and you want to zoom in with that. That's really what I need it for. And I'll be going to a lot of car events, and sometimes you want to do a lot of good cinematic view and you need a better lens for that. So those are why I would want some interchangeable lens, because there are some good cameras that will fit within my budget, and you can get good lenses and do the better job. It looks like this one does really well on 1080p. There is no crop on 1080p, doing really good job. But unfortunately, we need 4K sometimes. We really need 4K when we're doing these videos. But anyways, that's all I had for me. I've been just rambling myself. Sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm talking about. But at least if you are looking to get a camera in 2022, yeah, you might check this one if you like. If you don't care about the in-body image stabilization, if you don't care about the 4K, probably you might go with this one. But just so you know, there is a problem with autofocus, or you can get away with it. You can just use the manual focus, and then just make sure before you start talking, you really point yourself into a very focused mode before you do anything else. This camera, I would have gone for this one, but I'm not going for this one because the touch screen is not functional on this one, and this is not a interchangeable lens. And it's the same problem with the ZV-E10. The ZV-E10, the touch screen is not functional. But I need interchangeable lens. The only advantage of this one also have a crop on 4. It's also have a heavy crop for 4K, but it's up to you which one you like. I also like this one because the profile you get on this one, you can do a good color grading with this one. You can really get good color grading on this Lumix G100, and that's the only thing I like about this one. Perhaps let me just say the word. Perhaps that's what I like about this camera. But hey, those were my thoughts. I've been rambling. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of great reviews out there, but I just needed to give a very good, unbiased review about this camera. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.